If you're trying to stop judging others and yourself, keep listening because I'm going to explore how judgment is just simply a misdirection of energy. And so you already have the pieces. There's just needs to be a little shift to move out of judgment into oneness. Judgment. Everyone, I think, has a different energy around judgment, and everyone has a different energy around the judgment of oneself and the judgment of others. Some people don't necessarily even see judgment as that. They just see it as a truth. Again, speaking to how everyone has a unique perspective and lens, oftentimes influenced by many, many different factors that can go back generations and lifetimes. So when I'm speaking to judgment, at least in the context of this video, judgment is when we deem something or someone to not be right based on our perspective of what things should be, how things should be, how people should act, speak, look, behave. And so when we are in judgment of something, for example, judgment of how someone dresses, how someone looks, who someone loves, where someone lives, how someone votes, we're not in acceptance of what is, of that person's unique journey. We're saying their journey is not right. It should be the way I think it should be. So when we are in judgment, we are in denial of what is. If we're judging how our bodies look, if we're judging how we feel, if we're judging what we're doing, we're not in acceptance of what is. Now, with that said, if you are doing something that's not feeling aligned, it may not be judgment necessarily. It could be awareness. Oh, this actually isn't feeling aligned, but it comes through as judgment. Oh, I did that again. Why do I keep doing that? Why can't I just stop doing that? You're doing it for a reason. And rather than be in judgment of it, be in acceptance of, okay, this is happening again. Can I be in the energy of what is driving this? What is behind this? Why am I still doing this? It's serving some sort of purpose. Now, with that said, some things also just become habitual, but even that serves a purpose because it feels comfortable. It feels routine. You don't have to think about it. It's just what you do. The fear of change, the fear of the unknown, it's comfortable. So again, that's not going to be true for everyone, and the key is to really sit with it for yourself. Again, judgment is a misdirection of energy because you are doing what is necessary to move into a place of oneness. There just needs to be a little tweak. Again, much easier said than done. I know that. When we are in judgment, we are in observation. We are in awareness of. So we are tuned into something. And whether or not it's conscious or not, we are aware of how it makes us feel, what it's bringing up within us. So when we are in judgment, we are in observation and attunement to, we are aware. How conscious the awareness is and where that's placed, again, is part of this path from moving from judgment to oneness. But when we are in judgment, we are in observation and awareness, attunement to, but it's within the realm of separation. They are wearing that outfit. I do not approve of that. That is wrong. They should not be wearing that. Why? Because it's not appropriate. Why? Because it's not appropriate, because I was taught that that's not what you wear. You were taught that that's not what you were supposed to wear. And where did the person that taught you learn that from? And the cycle repeats. So when we can really begin to move down this path of awareness and understanding, not judgment, right? Because even the path of moving away from judgment, we have to move away from judgment, which may sound like a catch-22, but it's actually really beautiful if you think about the design of it, is that you have to move away from judgment as you move away from judgment. So it's built into the process. And the key is finding what is accessible for you. So maybe, I don't know, maybe you're in judgment of the way your neighbor does their landscaping. Like, I don't like it. I don't like it. Cool. Okay. So in that case, you are aware of how someone is operating in this world, how they are creating, how they are expressing, how they are showing themselves and allowing their essence to be shown even through nature as part of their home. It doesn't agree with you. That's cool. You are two different energies operating at different frequencies in different experiences. What they like and how they express should not be, I know I just said should, but it should not be the same, because you're different, and that's what makes you special. So if you can move into a place of, I don't like the way they do their landscaping, and in time being an acceptance of that is what they like, it's not my cup of tea, but I'm going to be an acceptance that this makes this person happy. So I'm gonna be an acceptance of what is. That this is how they express. It doesn't resonate with me. It doesn't have to. But it's not wrong. You see, that's the key. It might not be in resonance, but it's not wrong. And that is really the key to shifting from judgment into oneness. You are observant, aware, attuned. You judge it because you don't think it's right. You shift that energy into it's simply different. There's a dissonance. It does not resonate, but it's not wrong. I'm going to be an acceptance of what is. So again, this is much easier said than done. But the beautiful aspect is that you're already doing most of the work. Now, granted, the shift can take time to cultivate. But again, where do you want to focus your energy? Again, there's no right or wrong question, or no right or wrong answer. It's interesting that question came up there. There's no right or wrong in general. There just simply is. It's only right, it's only wrong based on our perspectives. It may not resonate. There may be some dissonance, but doesn't mean it's wrong. And again, just because something resonates with you doesn't necessarily mean that it is beneficial on your path. Right? And we can go down many different rabbit holes with that too. But I'm going to leave it there for today. So just notice. Just begin to notice. Just start there. Just notice what this is bringing up in you. All of the different judgments that may be arising. And just notice. Moving into a place from judgment to oneness in honor and reverence and acceptance of what is. And until next time, friends, stay curious.